It's your open source advocate, and I'm back with another video, and today we're going to talk about the Ethernet Cable Connection Manager, or ECCM. Now, a while back I told you about some issues I had with my network, and I was trying to do some network troubleshooting, and I was trying to figure out what's connected to what and where, and I'd spoken about a tool that I'd seen previously, and I wasn't sure where I saw it, so I finally found it again, which is awesome. This is basically it. Now, switching from dark mode to light mode on their demo here. But you can see, like, you can define out what your network equipment looks like, and then you can make these connections between the different pieces of equipment and understand how your network is set up, and then it gives you a nice little grid of how things work. So it's super easy to get this installed. It is literally a single file that you just run. It's really cool. I really like this project, so I wanted to show this to you this week. It's not going to be a long video. It's pretty straightforward. So we're going to get into the demo of it right after this. I just want to say thank you so much to all my patrons and all the people that support me in various different ways. If you'd like to support the channel and this content, you can jump over to Patreon and become a patron. Truly, I appreciate that commitment. It means so much and it helps keep the channel going. If you'd like to do a one-off, you can do a buy me a beer, buy me a coffee with PayPal. If you'd like to get something out of your donation back to me, you can jump over to the store I've got linked in the description. You can buy some really great merchandise that has awesome open source titling on it. It's really nice stuff. I really like these things. The shirts are great. The mugs are great. The glasses, the tumblers, everything. Really top-notch stuff. I really like it. So just wanted to let you know about that as well. And finally, if you'd like to, buy my book. I wrote a book. It's a great science fiction book. It's really fun. I enjoyed doing it. I had so much fun doing it. I used open source software to get it all done. So definitely check that out as well. And I'll have links for everything in the show notes and the description. Thank you so much. Now let's get back to the video. So first things first, if you want to know how to use this thing in its fullest capacity, they have a manual. So definitely go over here to the page. I'll have this linked in the show notes in the description. Go to their manual, check out all the information you need. They've got a lot of different information. If you want to know about their roadmap, they've got that as well. So what I'm going to do is move down here. And if you actually go down on this page, you'll find this little releases area. This is going to jump you over to their GitHub page for the release. To get this thing, it is super easy. All you do is click download the source code. You can get it as a zip file or a tar.gz file, whichever you want. And once you've got that, just take it into your file browser on your system, expand that out, and you're going to have a folder for ECCM. And if you jump inside, there's going to be all these different files, and the only one you need is actually this HTML file. So I'm just going to open this up. Now it's going to open up in Chrome, which is fine. And you can see I've got some things already kind of defined here. It actually opened in Brave, but you can see I've got some stuff already defined, but I'm going to go through how this is set up and how to make it function. So the first thing you'll see is this will be just a new thing. So you can go in here and click new. You're going to create a new profile, and you're just going to name it. So I named mine Home Lab. Once you've got your profile set, you can start adding devices, and it's really easy to add devices. So in this case, I set up one for my switch, my network switch. So I'm actually just going to go through, and I'm just going to delete that, and I'll just delete this, and we'll just start again because why not? So we're just going to start fresh here. So this is basically what you would see if you came in pretty fresh other than the profile name. So here I'm just going to say I want to call this my main router. And actually I think my main router only has 5 connections, so I'm just going to change this to 5. And we'll get rid of those. There you go. And you can pick a color for it as well, so it just kind of defaults to red, but you can select other colors here. So if you click on the select color, and you can actually change to a custom color if you want to. So let's just pick this one. It looks like a good one. And then you can add the device, or you can clear all devices. So I'm just going to say add device. And there you can see now I've got a device. Now on each of these ports, you can also come in and click, or you can right click. So you can give this an alias. So it's port 1, but I'm going to call this WAN. And I'm going to tell it that it's 1 gigabit per second, and it's on all VLANs, so nothing to put there as far as the VLANs. I'm going to hit save. So you can see now I get that alias here, and I can do that for each one of these ports, but for now this is fine. Just leaving it with the port numbers is okay. I kind of wish that it would let you rename this, so this was port 1, 2, 3, 4 for the LAN, and then the WAN, but maybe they can make some changes later. You've also got this layout option that lets you change how this is done. So right now you can see I've got auto, and it does just a follow the rules for whatever you have, but you can force a full row. It's kind of up to you if you want to force something to be in a full row, but this is not necessary, but in a minute I'll show you why this could be useful. We can go to edit, and we can actually edit the name of it. We can change how many ports there are. We can change the color, so you've got some options there, and of course you can delete it, which you saw me do a while ago. You can also just add a port by clicking that little button, or subtract a port by clicking that button. So you've got a lot of choices here on how you do this. So I've got my first device. So let's add my second device here. And I'm going to add a PoE switch 1, because I've got more than one. And this thing has 10 ports actually, so we can just use these things too. And I'm going to change the color for that. So I'm going to select color, and I'm going to go with something like that. And I'm going to add that device. So you see it puts that down here on this next row. And again, you can go through and rename these things if you want to, or give aliases to these ports if you need to. The idea is that you can map things for where they're connected. So let me add one more device here, and this is going to be my wall plate B office, because that's where it's at. And this has 4 ports, and we'll give this a color of blue, and we'll add that device. So now I've added the device, so if I move this up, so I can drag these up and down, and if I move this up far enough, I think, or move this down, one or the other, maybe not. Oh, I did. I moved down my main router. So if I move my main router back, if I move this down, maybe I can move it. It's a little trickier to move than you'd think, but it does move if you do it right. There we go. Move that one up, move this one up. Oh, there we go. So you still got my main router, and it automatically put this right next to it on the same row. So I believe that's where, if you go to the layout and you say, hey, force full row, and I hit save, you see now it makes this the full length of the row, and it drops the other one down below it. So you can do that if you want to. I just wanted to show you that's what that does, is it forces that to use that full row. I'm going to put it back so they'll be side by side. So I know that coming in, I've got my WAN coming in. And what I'm using is I'm using a couple of ports here, but I'm using this port 4, and this goes out as my trunk port, and it connects to port 1 on this wall plate. And no, actually it connects over here to port 2, and you see it comes up and it says, hey, you clicked 2 ports, do you want to link those? Yes, I do. And if you look, here's the color for the main router, and it shows here. And you see this is port 2, but it's connected to 5, and up here's port 5, and it's connected to 2. So you can see that those are connected. Now if I click away, you see the highlight goes away, but if I click one of them, the highlight comes back on both. So you can see those are connected. So I really kind of like that. It helps you figure out, like, hey, how are these things connected up? Now I know that as I go through this switch, I've got different things connected to different ports. So I'm just going to connect this port to port 1 on the wall plate, and you see those get their connection colors and their you know how they're connected. So you can kind of follow this through and figure out how things are being connected in the background. But you also get this table of connections down here, so it shows you what's connected to what. And again, if you click, you'll see the highlights, and it highlights in the table. And if I click, it highlights in the table. So it's really a nice little web application. Now, as you're going along, this will save in your cache to local storage. But you also want to use this export option just so you don't lose track of what you've got here. So I exported one of these yesterday, and I'm just going to do it again. And it's going to ask me if I want to replace it, and I do. So there we go. So I've exported this, so if something happens and this gets refreshed or I lose the cache, I can bring this right back in just by importing it, and I'll have this set right back up. So as I add things, I want to save as I go along. But you can add as many pieces of hardware as you want to this system and start making those connections so that if you ever have issues with your network, you can see exactly what's connected to what. This is super simple. This is meant for a home network. If you have a giant corporate network, I wouldn't suggest trying to use this thing. I would suggest go to something like Netbox or something else like that that's a little bit bigger. But I think for me, for the home lab, I think this is perfect, and it's going to make it really easy. And if you think about this, while these 3 devices are in the same room, I have wall plates around the house that are not in the same room. So what happens is, and I'll show you just kind of how my network is set up, and we'll set up a couple more devices here. So we're going to do PoE switch 2, and this is a 10 port thing, and we'll give this another color, and we'll add that device, and then we're going to do a wall plate, and this one is in living room, and it's a 4 port device. I should have done it first since I had 4 set already a while ago. And we'll select a color for it as well. So let's just go select red, I don't know. And we'll click, okay? So we've got a couple more things here now. And what happens is this goes here, and then it goes over to there, and then I can set this up. So this also goes from here over to here, and I can click. And then what happens is this one, it pops back out and it actually goes to this switch here. And what it is I'm going to set this as VLAN 10. And if you notice, I got this new little thing, so I can hover that and it says, hey, this is VLAN 10. So I know that VLAN 10 is going over here, so I'm just going to put VLAN 10 in here. And every port on here is actually going to be VLAN 10. So it's kind of a weird mix of things, but these things are all in the same room, and then this one is across the house. But I can see now that this is connected to here, and I can follow these different connections around, so I can see where things connected up, how should things be connected, how did I have them connected before, if I have to disconnect a bunch of stuff and make sure I get it connected back correctly. So I really like this. I think it's awesome. And again, I'm just going to export this just to make sure I'm not losing track of everything, and that way I can bring it back in. But that's ECCM. It is super straightforward. It is super simple. I really like it. I think it's a cool tool. And again, it's just that single HTML file. You run it locally on your machine. It doesn't have to be run on a web page. It doesn't have to be run in Docker if you don't want it to. I think there is a project where somebody put a Docker version of it out there, but they're working on how do you map and set it up so that where you're storing things, it stays persistent, so that you can keep that persistence and you don't lose that data. Right now it would be export, import, and you have to map whatever that folder is. So you could do that, but I'd love to see it just have built-in persistence so I don't have to keep doing that at some point. Really cool tool. I think this is awesome. I think you'll like it as well. If you have a home lab that's got a few more devices than you used to have and you're trying to map things out, even if you're mapping to physical NAS devices that have multiple ports, things like that, super useful. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, subscribe, tell your friends about it so they can come along the open source journey with us, and I'll talk to you next time.